Hi, I'm Daniel Weishood from Hadassah Academic College, and we'll be talking about opportunities and challenges in social connectedness between a Palestinian Bedouin and an Israeli Jew. Social connectedness is essential in human development, and one of the ways to establish this is through friendship. In an era of globalization, intercultural encounters are rising, and thus the possibility for intercultural social connectedness and friendship increases. Social connectedness provides excellent opportunities for bringing more understanding between people of different cultural communities and for personal growth, despite their habitually frustrating challenges. Here in the picture you see my friend Ahmad, a Palestinian Bedouin, and myself, a Jewish Israeli of Dutch origin, in Amsterdam. This autoethnography focuses on the interface between interculturality and friendship. It does so in the context of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, an environment that is not conducive to social connectedness between Arabs and Jews. I investigated our friendship through the lens of real-life stories of friendship collected over 3 years. After working through the text of these stories with Ahmed, my friend, I analyzed them from the theoretical perspective of Hofstede's initial 4 cultural dimensions. The 4 cultural dimensions of Hofstede are the following: individualism versus collectivism, uncertainty avoidance, which is the degree to which members of a society feel uncomfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity, masculinity versus femininity, and power distance, the extent to which people with less power accept and expect power to be divided unequally. Hofstede had 2 more dimensions, which were not included in this study. The study showed that the respective cultures in which we grew up are very different on each of these dimensions, and the differences as they appear in the friendship are tremendous. These differences are in line with Hofstede's theory for 3 of the cultural dimensions, but in the field of uncertainty and avoidance, they were the opposite of the theory. To remain connected as friends, we needed to bridge these differences, which involved emotional, cognitive, and behavioral challenges. Nonetheless, the friendship flourished despite social pressures, while the study became an integral and increasingly significant part of the friendship. Culture is a set of shared attitudes, values, goals, and practices that characterizes a group. We are shaped by our culture from birth. We judge others by standards of our culture, and we see the world through the perspective of our culture. But the way we are shaped can also become a social cultural prism, when we look at the world from our social cultural perspective and either do not see or devaluate other perspectives. And this is a challenge. When 2 people meet and each is imprisoned in her or his socio-cultural perspective, we are likely to encounter misunderstanding and tension, the more so when the relationship is close. Especially in a friendship, we expect the other to understand our point of view, but the greater the socio-cultural gap, the higher the chance that this will go wrong. For years, Ahmed and I frequently felt misunderstood, devaluated, or ignored, causing ongoing frustration. This concerned a variety of issues, such as time and availability, privacy and social obligations, among others. We would look at the same situation and see things differently. Let me give you an example of the challenges in the social connectedness. A friend of us posted this picture on Facebook. And what I saw was Christine with a camel. What Ahmed saw was a beautiful sunset with a camel. In fact, that's what he wanted to write in the comments below the picture. And I told him, you cannot do that. You cannot just ignore our friend. This was a very judgmental remark, and only later I realized that I was the one who was wrong, imposing my perspective, my social-cultural view on him. Over the years, the friendship evolved in a much broader form of social connectedness. Despite the enormous differences, his friends and family became my friends and family, and to some extent the other way around. Moreover, his cats and dogs became my animals as well. Thus, a great network was created supporting my and his well-being. Social connectedness also creates opportunity for transformative learning. For me, part of this learning had to do with political views. Though we never spoke politics as such, realizing how life looked from the side of the oppressed provided me with a whole new perspective on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In general terms, through social contact with someone from a marginalized group, one learns about life from the other side. The conclusion of this study is that social connectedness, namely friendship, and especially friendship with someone from a socially disadvantaged group, is a major opportunity for transformative learning, in a sense that it broadens our horizon and creates an escape from the social cultural prison. With the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, a friendship between an Israeli Jew and a Palestinian Bedouin is a rare phenomenon. There was much pressure on both of us to dissolve the relationship. However, the struggle only made it become stronger. With time, we became an example in the midst of hatred, showing that one can be socially connected across the divide. This brings us to the end of this lecture on opportunities and challenges in social connectedness between a Palestinian Bedouin and an Israeli Jew. We hope you enjoyed it.